Were you successful? Let's add it together. Let's add a remove ingredient handler function here. And of course, you can name this function whatever you want. And as I mentioned, we'll get the ingredient ID as an argument here. You can name this argument whatever you want as well, of course. Now here, we'll call set user ingredients because we'll update the ingredients. But now the goal will be to get a new array of ingredients, which is basically the old array of ingredients without the ingredient with this ID. So since we depend on the old value, I'll again use this function form, previous ingredients, where I return a new array, but now this new array should be the old array without the ingredient. And therefore, I'll actually not create a new array like this, but instead, I'll use my old ingredients and now the filter method, which is a default JavaScript method. Filter automatically returns a new array, so it doesn't alter the old array, but it gives you a new array, and that's exactly what we want here, based on some criteria you pass to it. The criteria is a function which executes on every item in the array, and if the function returns true, that item will be kept in the newly returned array. If that function returns false, that item will be dropped from the newly created array. So we pass a function here to previous ingredients filter, and that function receives every ingredient because it runs on every item in our array, and it should return true if we want to keep it, false if we don't want to keep it. So here inside of that function body of that inner anonymous function, which I'm passing to filter, I'll compare the ID of the ingredient I'm looking at. And again, this will be done for every ingredient in that array of ingredients. And if that is not equal to ingredient ID, so the ID of the ingredient we want to remove, then this will return true and therefore the item will be kept. If this is equal, so if the IDs are equal, then we know it's the item we want to delete and therefore will return false because then this will be dropped from the newly returned array. This is how this will work. Now we can hook this remove ingredient handler up with this onRemoveItem prop. And therefore now if we click on ingredients, we should be able to delete them. So let me add 5 apples. And let's say 10 bananas. And maybe 1 chocolate. And if I click on bananas now, that's deleted. Click on apples, click on chocolate. That's all working. So that is how you can delete items with the help of React hooks by updating this correctly.